The very, very simple answer to that question is the best sellers sell best on Amazon. The best sellers sell best on Amazon. And you can get to the best sellers really, really easily. I've given you all the links already. It's all in the training, all right? Super easily. Here's the best sellers on Amazon.co.uk. Here's the best sellers on Amazon in Canada. In Canada. All right, so now I've got .com, .co.uk, .ca, best sellers. All right, so now let's go and find a product. Now, if your question has not been answered, it's because you didn't ask it when you registered. So go ask it in the Facebook group, and that's where it will get answered. Ooh, Adrian Hammond says wind chimes. All right, let's do that. That's a very, very random one, isn't it? Let's see if we can find wind chimes. All right, so where would we start for that? So we need to go patio, lawn, and garden. So let's go into each of them. I'm going to use all three, all right? Patio, lawn, and garden. Well, that's one. What have we got here? Garden and outdoors on .co.uk. Bloody Poms, calling things differently. Patio, lawn, and garden. Okay? So that's our first step of the process. And I just want to see how Amazon refers to the product, how Amazon is referring to the product. What do they say about the product? How do they have it structured in the Amazon architecture on the back end? So it's going to be under that, and then it's probably going to be under either storage or decor, probably under decor, outdoor decor, garden decor for the Poms, and outdoor decor there. All right, yeah, there it is. Okay, cool. So this is a good strategy just for finding products, just what I'm showing you now. So looking on 3 different sites and just seeing what the best sellers are in those 3 different sites. And if you get something that's a bestseller on 3 different Amazon websites, it's a pretty good assumption that it will also be a potential bestseller on Amazon in Australia. All right, so that's a pretty good tip there for you. But let's carry on. Chimes. There's chimes. Cool. So now we know that the buck stops there as far as Amazon's concerned. There's no more we can go, there's no deeper we can go into that. So it's chimes, that's as deep as we can go. Look at what's in posi number 2. That's a classic example of somebody completely messing up their launch strategy. Chimes, here it is again. Does it go any deeper? No, it does not. So we know again, chimes, that's also good. Chimes in Canada, and also very, very good. And look at what's in posi number 2. Again, that's somebody really messing up their launch strategy because they've listed their product in completely the wrong category. Very, very stupid thing to do. All right, so wind chimes. Now, let's see what we've got. So what am I on? Amazon.com. Other than this mistake here, what can we say about these wind chimes? Well, we can say that for the most part it's a sea of same. It's a sea of same. So let's have a think about, let's have a look at this one. Ring chime, that's interesting, isn't it? It's also reasonable. Everybody's kind of going for these bamboo-y kind of things, okay? Let's try Canada. Some different things in Canada, which is kind of cool. Let's check out merchant words. Oh, I've already got it open. Cool. So now let's come over to merchant words and let's type in wind chimes. So let's go and have a look at merchant words now. See what merchant words come up with. So now we've got, I just want to see what the search volume is like. So in the United States, 48,000 people search for wind chimes every single month. What about in Australia? 19,000 people search here in Australia. That's certainly enough for me to be interested in that particular niche, all right? Just going to check on the UK. 124,000. All right, that's fantastic. So now I'm interested. I feel like I've got something that benefits me. I can go a little bit deeper. So now what I'm asking myself is, how can I sell something unique? How can I sell something unique? So now I'm back on Merchant Words. I'm in wind chimes. And now I'm looking for interesting ideas, because I'm thinking to myself, well, who are the customers for wind chimes? Why would they want to buy a wind chime? What else are they interested in that I can leverage? So already I can see people who want a hummingbird wind chime. So now I've begun to segment wind chimes, and now I can see that folks could be interested in different animal-based wind chimes. Well, immediately I think to myself, in Australia, there are heaps and heaps of pet owners in Australia. In fact, things like birds and fish and dogs are very, very big categories that we can go after on Amazon. So it makes sense. I can combine those two things, a wind chime with with dogs on it, would be an interesting thing for me to go and research some more. So already I've got my first potential idea, dog-based wind chimes. And now I'm instantly thinking to myself, well, what are the most popular dogs in Australia? You've got Labradors, Golden Retrievers, you've got Pugs, you've got Frenchies. And so I could make my little wind chimes, I could make them specific to dogs, to breeds of dogs, and then sell them to those dog owners. Very, very cool strategy to do. Very, very cool strategy to do. So, but we've got hummingbird. We've also got interesting memorial wind chimes. Now, I had never ever thought of that. That's extremely interesting. And I don't know for sure, but I think what that is when people lose a loved one, it could be a family member or it could be a pet or something like that, they get a wind chime, they put it in the area or in an area of the garden, and then it reminds them of their loved one, of their pet or something like that, and it's a way to remember the dead, which is a lovely, lovely thing to do. So that's what I think that means. Let's go check. So search Amazon. Notice we've got 72,000 searches, so significant search volume. That's interesting. Also notice, all right, so here's what we can notice. We can notice immediately that there are only 571 results for that one search term, which is nothing at all. We can also notice that there are all the top spots have got very, very few reviews. So 34 reviews, 57 reviews, we'll ignore the sponsored, 19, 13, 19, 24. So very, very easy for us to get in there and rank for that particular product. We can also notice that all of these products are the same. They all look the same. There's nothing unique about them. So if I was going to do a memorial wind chime, I'd be looking at, well, let's suppose they want to do something for their dog, for instance. Well, I would have it based on a dog, something to do with their dog. You might even make it ability to get it engraved for their particular dog's name, for instance. Something like that. Something to make it stand out and to be more appropriate for the purchaser of it. So already, this is, I think, a very, very sexy little niche for us to go after. Memorial wind chimes looks like a winning niche that I would go after, because it's very, very easy for us to differentiate the product. There's not much competition, and there's a lot of search volume for the particular product too. So for me, that would make perfect sense as a product to go after. But again, we could have chose, the dog one, the hummingbird one. We could have done fish. We could have done something like that to make it unique for a particular one. Could have done anything with wind chimes to make them more unique for our individual customers. So I hope, now who was it who suggested that? Who was our Person what suggested wind chimes. Where are you? Just finding you again. Oh, I can't find you now. Remind me again who says wind chimes. Oh, it's Adrian. Thank you for that, Adrian. Sorry about that, mate. So, Adrian, there you go, mate. That's a cool one. Memorial wind chimes. I would definitely go after that. But wind chimes in general, that's a cool niche. Dead easy to do. And there's loads and loads of. Let's just go. Let's continue on, and just go find. All right. So let's go find on. Let's go and find. What was it? Wind chime. And then we can do, well, already here we've got some ideas. At bamboo, aluminium, metal rings, solar. That was something I noticed as well. Dog. Let's see if we can find a doggy-related wind chime. So we can. So there's wind chimes for dogs, no dramas at all. So we know we can find those, and we know that they're pretty cheap as well. So, you know, I don't know. For me, it's pretty simple. You've just got to get in there and get started looking. Hopefully that gives you some ideas. Go look at the best sellers. Things that are selling really, really well in other markets tend to sell well in our market. If that isn't a big enough tip for you, I don't know what is. Dead easy to find these things to get yourself up and running. And again, don't be focused on finding a product that's going to make you $50,000 a month. That's just dumb to get started. Don't expect that. Expect to find a product that's going to make you a couple of $1,000s a month. That ought to be your goal. And this is a product that would definitely do that. If it were me, that's what I would go do. Hope that helps. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales have used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on, a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.